Hello everybody, Assassinator back with another Xbox catch-up video for August 22nd. Now there's not a lot going on, but there's a lot of little things, so let's go ahead and get right into it, and starting off with the CMA rejecting the ABK deal still. So the CMA did reject it again. Basically, Xbox didn't make any changes. They thought that, hey, we might be able to just slide it through since everyone else let it through, and maybe the CMA would just let it go through this time. Well, that didn't end up happening, which resulted in Microsoft announcing that they've restructured the ABK acquisition to try to appease the UK CMA. Microsoft will divest the crowd rights prior to closing the deal if the CMA approves this acquisition. And I'm talking about the cloud rights for ABK games. The rights will go to Ubisoft for 15 years. Ubisoft already announced that the ABK games will be added to Ubisoft Plus as streamed games. Now, Ubisoft Plus is Ubisoft's game subscription service, which is good for those who play a lot of Ubisoft developed games. Me personally, Assassin's Creed's the only thing I dabble in, but I've only dabbled in the smaller ones. So Mirage is going to be a big one right there. And the thing is, if you are a Ubisoft Plus subscriber, you basically get to play all the content that is included with Assassin's Creed Mirage. They give you like the Ultimate Edition version of that. It's not like Game Pass where they'll give you, you know, the base game, but any add-ons you need to pay for, kind of like Starfield, you're going to get the base game if you have Game Pass, but if you want the expansion, you're going to have to pay for that separately. But it is more expensive. Now, this won't only be in the UK. It'll be for all regions except for the EU. Now, I don't understand the full details of why the EU isn't included in this, and I'll probably have to wait and update you once somebody else that has more knowledge dumbs it down for me. Now, Ubisoft will also be licensing the ABK games to other cloud streaming and subscription services. That means potentially that ABK games can come to other consoles, like maybe even the PlayStation, but they'll just be a streaming version. Now, it hasn't been said whether the games will also be available on Xbox cloud streaming service, so we'll need to wait and see. Now, the CMA has until the deadline of October 18th to get this approved, and I don't see why they wouldn't approve it. Basically, Microsoft bent over backwards, did things that I personally feel they shouldn't have had to do, but they did it because they want to appease the CMA. They want to make it look all good across the board, and so they've done everything that I would say they could. Now it's going to be up to the CMA to do their part. And if the CMA fails to do their part, I'm pretty sure Microsoft is going to go ahead and move forward without them. Now, I do want to point out, again, this will only be for streaming ABK games. Xbox Cloud Gaming will still provide the same service with the same games that they currently stream. Then the other big topic is that Gamescom Opening Night Live was today, and there were quite a few Xbox related things that I want to point out. So we're going to go through this list kind of quick because, like I said, there's a whole lot going on here. Most of these things got trailers, so if you're interested in any of them, I highly recommend you looking up those trailers. So first off, we have Little Nightmares 3 was announced with a gameplay announcement trailer. The big change in this game will be that it will introduce co-op survival. Now, I've only heard great things about the first two games. I do own the first one, and I have added it into my need to play list, but that list keeps on growing, so eventually I do want to get around to it. Hopefully I can play those first two, and then maybe even get into the part 3 once it launches. Then at Gamescom, Microsoft did 2 shadow drops. Now, the first one is going to be for Age of Empires 4, which is now available on the Xbox and Game Pass as the Anniversary Edition. Now, this is a highly rated game on the PC. Now, I'm not a PC player. Even though I have a PC powerful enough to play it, I still am not a PC player. So now it coming to Xbox means I might actually check it out. Now, on top of that, the second game is Humankind, has been dropped into Game Pass so you can play it on your console or on cloud. Game Pass is that subscription service that just keeps on giving. Next up, Tekken 8 got a release date of January 26, 2024. So, the beginning of the year, the very beginning of the year, not when a lot of games actually launch, so that's kind of a good thing. Unlike Mortal Kombat, it's coming out surrounded by a bunch of big games. Tekken is basically going to release with nothing else out there right there at that point. Now, they did say that there's going to be 38 characters, a new single player mode, an arcade quest, which is a battle hub type system, along with them showing off in their trailer some customization. So again, if you want to see more about it, make sure to look them up online to go and check out that Tekken 8 video. Next up, Cyberpunk story expansion Phantom Liberty got a new trailer and a whole lot of info on it. Now, me personally, it's hard for me to go back to a game that I played I want to say months ago. So let's go with Jedi Survivor. It's hard for me to go back to that game, and that was less than 3 months ago. Now we're talking about Cyberpunk, which has been over a year. I want to say it's been like a year and a half since I last played it. It's going to be really hard for me to get back into it, and usually I skip on these DLC expansions. But the trailer just looks so good. There's so many things that they're doing to this game. They basically revamped the game. Now I know it's a DLC expansion, but the thing about it is that they're going to be moving some of these things that they're adding to the DLC is going to be features in the main game. So things are going to be changing up there. There will be more details on that. But let me tell you a little bit about what you can expect with this Phantom Liberty expansion, which is going to be a dangerous new district, dozens of new story quests, vehicle combat, revamped police system, redesigned cyberware and perks, increased level cap, and so much more. Again, I highly recommend you checking out the trailer and getting all the details there. They also had an announcement for Killing Floor 3, which I don't know anything about Killing Floor 3 other than it's a first-person shooter game. They also showed a campaign gameplay trailer for Payday 3, which launches day 1 in the Game Pass. Another story trailer for Assassin's Creed Mirage. Campaign gameplay from the first level of Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. Another gameplay trailer for Alan Wake 2 for those of you who are excited for that at the end of October. And last but not least, Diablo 4's Season 2 was announced, and it's called Seasons of Blood. You can begin playing that on October 17th. So there you go, a lot happened at Gamescom, and the thing is, today was only day 1, which Xbox is planning on streaming the next 3 days. So expect a lot of stories to come out. I know they're going to be doing interviews and probably some trailer breakdowns, along with some gameplay breakdowns for some other games that they've already announced. But that's going to be it for today, so until next time, Assassinator out.